Good evening, everybody, and it's always a pleasure to get united on this platform of IIU once again, maybe after a long break. Well, today with yet another new topic on leadership, and this is quite a very coveted topic. And in this topic, everybody would like to contribute rather, and also would like to share their experiences. I'm sure about it. And moreover, when it's come to the leadership exactly, what's the key thing is that how to take it forward, whether it is a task, whether it is a strategy, whether it is an implementation or execution, and last but not the least, but the very important one, how to take forward the vision, how to make our vision a reality. And when it comes to leadership, definitely, before we start into the topic, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to IIU and the wonderful team of IIU for giving us this opportunity for doing that exuberant service across the globe, giving opportunities for people to share their best practices, to share their insights, to share their inferences, such that we are able to work together. It's not only sharing experiences, but also working together and making it. That's what is the vision. That's actually the indirectly the other way of saying that vision coming to reality. That's how it is. All under one roof and with due respects and in gratitude to Dr. Piyush Pandit sir, who has been an epitome of enlightenment, enthusiasm, encouragement, and also an inspiration for not only for the youngsters but everybody across the globe, for the education providers and also the educationists. And that's how we know him, but he has got his other ways as well. Like he is into different dimensions and different disciplines. And very happy about this association and sincere thanks in gratitude to the team of IIU and the most inspiring leader of IIU, Dr. Piyush Pandit sir. Let's go into the topic of today. That's leadership. Leadership. A leader is the one who's able to transform the reality, the vision into a reality. That's how, as we see Dr. Piyush Pandit sir here. Thank you. On that note, please allow me to share certain leadership qualities on this platform. As we all know, what is leadership? It encompasses a range of attributes that really enable individuals to guide, to perform, to inspire others, and also influence others such that they're able to work towards a common goal. That common goal is a key thing. And what's the common goal? In other words, that today the one which we're going to see is we call it as a vision. For taking forward this vision, there are few many attributes that are involved in this process, as we all know. And what are the qualities and what do the leaders have to do, how to handle the situation and how to really move forward and when they're getting stuck, and how to create a team, how to work collaboratively into the team, and how to move further, sail together further. That's what we're going to see today. And that's how the leadership is about transforming vision into a reality. That's that overcoming all those obstacles, overcoming all those hindrances, having a huge foresight, thinking about the future. It's with a proactiveness and with a pragmatic approach. Approach will be a very pragmatic approach so that we are marching towards the vision. So, on that note, I welcome you all on this platform for this very great evening from UAE and with the respective wishings and greetings to the whichever part of the world that you have joined me on this platform today. We are going into the topic of leadership is about transforming a vision into a reality. Please allow me to share my screen on that note and share sound as well because I've got a small video to share. So here we go. Let me start presenting. So whenever I talk about the leadership, this one video really inspires me a lot. And this is, of course, from the internet. And many of you might have come across this video. It's about a hound dog, which is taking forward the people who are finding its way. So when the leader knows its way, what happens? He's able to overcome the obstacles. That's what the DVD video is going to tell us. So hope it plays for us. Whichever obstacle it is, he's able to cross it, he's able to smash those obstacles and then take it forward. This is what the leader is all about. And each one of us has those leadership qualities in us. That's what makes us. A leader is the one who knows the way and he shows the way. So moving ahead, to achieve this in this process for everyone, basically, to become a good leader, there are 16 essential skills we need to have as not only as a leader, as a person to win in our life. That is building resilience, practicing leadership, mastering network, that is very important. As we all see here, cultivating adaptability. Wherever we are able to cultivate adaptability, enhance the communication such that whatever we have in our thoughts, we are able to communicate it in the proper way to the proper people and develop critical thinking process, problem solving, sharpening decision making, and also talking about finance. Of course, when you're a leader, you should have an idea about the financial literacy, understanding taxes, thinking about financial literacy, working together, conflicting resolutions. And when you do that, what we need to keep in mind, the very important is how to manage our time. That's the key thing that we need to always keep in mind, such that we are not getting lost in the process and getting with a proper EQ, that is emotional quotient. We are not here when we say that we are a leader, we are working together, we are going to work in collaboration, understanding the emotional quotient of exactly with whom are we working, not compromising on the innovation factors or other factors with the mindfulness of stress management, etc., etc., etc. With all these attributes, with all these skills, that we are going to design our own environment that we wish to have. So a leader knows the way and he shows the way. And with the leadership scorecard that goes like this, he is very straightforward, he is very transparent, he is very knowledgeable, and he is very experienced, very consistent and dependable, very honest and trustworthy, very ethical and principled, very confident and optimistic, authentic, insightful, focused, discerning, passionate, empathetic and selfless, flexible, humble, courageous, fair and open minded, accountable, deserved, realistic. So these are the adjectives which I've got when I ask people to design a scorecard for the leader whom we are trying to vision today. So when you do that, what is actually in the process? So when you have all these attributes with you, what is the first thing as a leader that we need to do is benchmarking the statutory standards and expectation of yourself, how others want, what you want from others, rather than the company or the organization or the institution that you belong to. First, as a leader, you need to set your benchmarking. Benchmarking, as we all know, it's a technique of evaluation of the company's performance or self-performance by comparing it with the competitors or the overall industry as such. So when you set your standards and expectations very clearly, how to carry on with the benchmarking, that what is required is measuring the performance. We need to measure the performance and we need to compare it with the best in the society or among yourself. So when we do that, there is an internal comparison, there is a competitive comparison of the various departments within the organization. That is internal means in-house within the organization, comparison of the performances with the direct competitors who are there in the society, in the industry, and also comparison with others, those who are not your competitors, direct competitors, indirect competitors, that means people who are prevalent in this industry. So when we do that, we will be able to define ourselves as how we are, where we are, what are our strengths, and what are the shortcomings that we need to work on it, how we can make use of the opportunities, how we can overcome the threats, so we will be able to do it. So this is otherwise, in other words, it's called as diagnostic test when it comes to the education part of it. When it comes to business, it is called as benchmarking the standards. So when you do the benchmarking, what is followed through is the blueprinting the desired outcomes. So when you do that, what has to be done? Exactly. That's what is required. What is the next step? When you evaluate, evaluation doesn't stop there. Evaluation is a continuation process, and it goes on continuously for the restoration process. Restoration is suggesting remedials, providing remedials, and taking it forward, overcoming those gaps, bridging those gaps, and overcoming those hurdles and obstacles such that we will be able to achieve. So this is the key thing that as a leader, the first and foremost thing a leader should have with all the attributes. As we all know, as we have seen further, like as a person, you need to have certain qualities. As a leader, you need to have certain qualities that we have seen. And when you do that, when you have defined yourself very clearly, set your standards for yourself, and people know that when they come to you, they know exactly what is your expectation, how you will be, what kind of person you are, and so that there will be no messing up. And also, when it comes to the organization, you need to set up the standards and expectations with all the operation procedures, SOPs, and all these processes involved, and blueprint it with the desired outcomes. Thereby, when you blueprint it with the desired outcome, you are marching towards your vision. So this will be the first step to take it forward, take forward your vision into a reality. So moving ahead, implementing with the local norms is a pathway to achieve it. How to implement it? So when you think it, when you design your standards, you need to have critical thinking and creative thinking as well. Analyze the previous problem, always related to the history or the past experiences, analyze the problem, how do we resolve it, what is the requirement, imagine solutions, plan a solution, apply the solution, evaluate the solution, improve the solution, and implement it. And when you implement it, never compromise on the communication part of it. Plan to communicate through the change. So your communication process should be a step-by-step process in implementing the change that is required, so that you are steadfastly marching towards the reality. That means your vision to a reality. So identify and prioritize, prepare them for the change, create the change with the action and the communication plan, implement the change, and sustain the change. So these are the key files that we need to keep in mind when we are planning to implement the change. And also, very importantly, when you implement the change, what is very important is data handling is very important. So you need to record the data with the communication begins with the sponsors and the project team, whoever team, the team who is involved in it, set the great expectations, set the expectations for the project and also the sponsors or the people who are stakeholders who are there with you, and also communicate the remaining stages and strategies, set specific expectations for the stakeholders who are involved in the whole group. During the change, implement the communication plan. Be very communicative such that all the feedbacks, all the feedbacks are being registered, and also all those gaps are being, mended and also bridged, and such that we are able to bring the changes gradually. It is not, when you talk about innovation, when you talk about bringing a change, it is not jeopardizing the change. It should be a gradual change such that people are working with us and taking forward it towards it. Then after the change, don't stop there. That's what is important. Always success, when you say that you have attained it, success is always short-lived. What is the meaning of success is always what is next. What next is the actual meaning of success. That means when you reach there, what is the next step? We need to have a very clear vision in that pathway. So this is how we implement it without jeopardizing the present situation. Implementing with the local norms is the pathway to achieve it, such that we are accepted and we are adapted to the environment. Moving ahead, as we all know, changes have been always scary. People are very hesitant to change. So allow the fear to stop you from growing, evolving, and progressing. So this is what we need to educate people all about. And start today, start from where you are, start with the fear, start with the doubt, start with the pain, start with what we have, but don't stop. We can do it. How we can do it? With the winner's mindset. So embrace a growth mindset such that we are able to move forward, set clear goals and action, lead it with the integrity and the purpose of achieving it, cultivate a positive mindset among the people, develop resilience in terms of adversity, and lead it with integrity and the purpose. So, this is a very key thing that we need to keep in our mind as a leader. So, when you work, embrace it with the growth mindset in the sense always believe in the abilities, in your abilities, and also people abilities, such that if I'm going to implement it, so this be achieved? Yes, this can be achieved. This person can be, will they be able to do it? Yes, they can be do it. They will be able to do it. And they are, will they fear for the obstacles involved? So they will not be feared the obstacles involved. So we need to have a growth mindset. And when we come across the obstacles, do we have a plan B? Do we have a plan B to take it further? Yes, we do have a plan B, such that we are always keeping it moving forward. And so that when you set your goals, as we all know, smart goals are the ones that we are going to go about it, that most of us might be knowing, that is specific, measurable, achievable, uh, SMART, realistic and timed. So this is how we achieve the SMART goals, isn't it? So when we achieve such goals, we need to break down the process. So that's how to make it simple. Like it's a process of fermentation to the complex organic materials, or pressed into simple organic materials. Why do that? It's a process of digestion. That's also we can say the complex organic materials are crushed into a simple organic material so that it is getting digested, it is getting accepted. So anything that is very huge, anything that is so complex should be always made into simple steps such that we are able to achieve it. When we do that, we need to create a very positive mindset saying that this is what is the present moment. And when we do that gradually, you will be able to achieve that further, and we are all in this together. Always mention every time and now and then. We need to repeat it, saying that we are all in this together. We are all in this together. So they will be prepared to fail. So failure is not going to be a scary part of it. They will accept the failure and they will move forward with the shortcomings, working on the shortcomings. So that's what is the role of a leader. And in the sense, like, you not be a leader dictator who is dictating terms to them. Instead, you can always be a team member who is working with them. Be very flexible, be very friendly, such that you help them to overcome the adversities with the resilience part of it, and also lead it with the integrity and the purpose. Very important for a leader is the word integrity. There is no compromise on a leader with the term integrity. But leader means integral person. There is no compromise on that. It is because the whole thing is built on the platform of trust. So when you set your goal setting methods, very thing that we need to remember is objectives and the key results. How to set smart goals, as we have seen, plan it for the measurable success indicators, and plan for the activities, breaking down into smaller steps, commit goals and processes, track it, observe it, monitor it, reflect on the outcomes, keep reflecting on the outcomes such that anything that is required, any remedial measures required, you're always there to support. Align them with the OKRs and the team and ORG, setting challenging goals that push you for beyond your comfortable zone. So this is what is very, very important. That is reflect, define, identify, set, check, grade. That's the OKR model. Then when you set SMART goals, you know that exactly, and we described it. It should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound, relevant or realistic. Both ways you can take. The other way of goal setting, you can choose any of the goal setting methods that suits you. That suits you. In the sense, you're free to choose that. So A B C D E method. That's what is the thing. That is, list the task that you need to do. That is everyday morning task list that many of us will be doing. Categorize the task which is important, A B C D E. That is, A is most important, B is important, C is nice to do, D is delegate somebody, and E is eliminate. So A, B, C, D, E method. So simple to handle and prioritize the task with each activity. Identify the barriers to starting on the A task and focus on the A task until completed. Delegate D for task to free up time. Eliminate E for don't assign your goals. So regularly review and adjust the categories and the priorities with A, B, C, D, E methods. So once again, I remember any of the method that you can choose. OKR methods, SMART goal methods, ABCD method, and the last but not the least is the backward and the goal setting. Visualize the end goal, end result in detail. Set milestones. Move backward. Identify the step of each milestone. Allocate necessary resources and help them with all the support. Assign time frames based on the end goal. Start with the nearest step. Be flexible and adjust when required. Regularly review the plan for alignment. So this is where backward goal setting. That is from the final point, final destination. We are moving backwards towards step one. So these are the different ways of goal setting. You can choose any of the ways that you can just set your small, adapt it, tailor make it, and assign the task such that you are able to assign it with the people without jeopardizing the situation. With by pure on the understanding on the platform of understanding, trust, and love. So that we will be able to approve, we will be able to have a SOAR approach. Now, what is the SOAR approach? SOAR. That is strength, opportunities, aspirations, and the results. So, what are we most proud of when we achieve, when we do this process? What are the things that we are very proud of an organization? And what are our great assets that we need to, that's the strength. And what are the opportunities? What are the best possible opportunities that are in front of us? How we can partner it with others? Then how we have our results? How do we know that we are succeeding? That is evaluation that has been that we have seen, and what are the measurable results and also aspirations? How we can move further? As I told you, success results is of course success, and it is always short-lived, which should have the next step saying that what's next. So, what are the future aspirations such that we are able to move further as a leader? How to level up your, so in this process, how to level up your leadership mindset. That is, in this process, anybody can commit mistakes. So, in that case, own your mistakes and create solutions. Very important. First step is when we are implementing a process, celebrate it. Let them enjoy it. Let them own it, saying that this is mine. So we need to bring the feeling of ownership and commitment in all the people whom we are working with. That's what is the first thing that we need to celebrate and acknowledge everybody who is doing small victories. Create a standard of work and live up to it. That we have seen how to create, how to set up the standards, the statutory standards which are required, and make decisions quickly and stand up by them. Own your mistakes in the process, own your mistakes, move further with creative solution. Stay open to feedback and truly listen to it. Very important. Feedbacks are very key thing that we need to always keep in mind when we are working with everyone, when we are working with the community, when we are working with others. So the feedbacks are the first thing that we need to be receptive, we need to accept whatever that we are hearing and accept that that you don't know the thing, and ask for help when you require it, and always think about empathy, being empathetic in others' point of view. See, this is how we need to have the leadership mindset. And also, in this process, if all decisions are taken on top of the organization, what will happen? If at all, as a leader, we are the ones who are taking decisions always. So, what we need to do is that it's never the unilateral decision, never going for a unilateral decision. Always it should be a collateral decision such that we bring the problem open to the people. And if it's a feedback or if it's a criticism that we need to take it, bring it open to the people, discuss it and work on it such that we are always working on the process. If it's not so, everything will slow down, accountability will disappear, people will stop taking initiative, trust will get eroded, and work becomes mechanical and engagement is stifled and people don't grow. So to avoid all these things, always we should have a very positive environment. So four levels of goal clarity for the team success is that what is the purpose and what are the fundamental reasons for the team and the project and why we are here. Team goals are very important because they are common goals towards the vision. Common goals are the ones which makes the team a team, and team priorities continuously assess and reset the priorities to adapt success, and also never compromise on the individual goals. Set individual goals that assign them with the team goals. So in this process, when we keep on doing the same thing, we will be able to achieve it gradually in a due course of time. So moving ahead, now we have set a platform for our vision. How should be a leader? How should we work with the team? What are things that we need to set for the team? And how to go about it? What are the different ways of doing it? When we do that, what are things that we need to keep in mind? So in this process, what is very important is the strategic influence, the 5 rules of strategic influence. So anything in a strategic way will achieve this result. So that is what is important. So when we are implementing is guide and inspire your team to see what they are capable of achieving. So celebrate every single success, tell them what they have done nicely and what they need to improve. So first rule is show, not tell. Don't dictate, demonstrate. That is what is rule one. Hey, checks it out. I've just done for you. I've just given you examples. Celebrate small victories. That is what is important. Acknowledge them. Acknowledge their service. Acknowledge their good thing in them. Everything should be celebrated. When you celebrate, they are also happy. We are also happy. Get people involved such that they open up. Why do people don't they confine? They just move into the shell. They don't open up so that we don't get to know them. So very importantly, when you celebrate, they think that okay, fine, they will start confiding in you and they will be able to think. See, what do you think? Get people involved, ask for suggestions, ask for advices. So get them involved so that they involve with you, they open up and they start interacting with you. Connect the dots, always connect the dots in the sense in the implementation process. What is missing? Look at the difference. What we have done before, what we have done now, look at the difference. So bridging the gap, connecting the dots, bridging the gaps is very important and always be there for them. If it's a failure, accept it. Okay, fine, we can do it next time. And then if they've done well, celebrate it and move on. So this is the 5 rule strategic influence as a leader that we need to always have in us and influence others. So when you do that, what type of strategies for you? This is just for people to understand exactly what are the different strategies. That is one top people whom we call it as king strategists because they know it. They're very strong and independent. Chief executive or with have a very clear vision of the organization where to take it, capable thinkers, forward thinking, even in terms of leaders, like people are of different capacities, capabilities. So one person might be a king strategist. The second one could be a prince strategist. That is embracing change and innovation. Anyone who is often themselves main source of ideas, full strength, full of creativity and enthusiasm, opportunities for changes everywhere, etc. Other one is servant strategist, in the sense who is always favor a participative and democratic approach to strategizing instead of defining the strategy themselves, and they rather want to hear what others in the organization always say. So they always at your service, always at your service. Then the fourth one is the elder strategist, in the sense like very conservative, like how they do it basically. Often they would have had decades of experiences in the organization, having holding a leader position for quite a long time. So they appreciate continuity and they respect only that kind of people, and they are little hesitant in embracing new developments or the other. I think the other one is the joker strategist. That is non-strategist, having no clear ideas, getting lost in cloud nine as whatever thing with limited capacities. So you need to define yourself. You need to know about yourself, which type of strategist I am. So having analyzed your capacities, how to make yourself as a better strategic thinker, So, in the sense, now we are going to see the steps of how to make yourself a better strategic thinker. Understand the basic of strategy. First, develop a strategic mindset. That is, understanding this is start understanding yourself and the strategy, how it differs, how from other taxes, and how the strategy is going to help you in overcoming in making varied choices and achieving the specific objectives, and also while handling or tactics or actions to be taken while implementing those choices. So develop a strategic mindset. That is, cultivate the mindset that is being focused on the long term, considering the bigger picture. And this involves thinking critically, asking questions, and challenging assumptions. So learn from the past. Always learn from the past, related to the past. That's that history never ditches people, and it's always been supportive, such that we are able to study historical examples from the community, from the society, what has happened at this point of time, and then implement the strategies such that we don't those experiences of the past will become our learning experiences, so that we don't repeat those past experiences if it's negative. And stay informed, keep well informed. It's not about being in the past. Always keep well informed, keep yourself well informed about the present, the current events, the trends in the market, in the industry. That's what is very important, with broader perspective, with broader environment, business environment, that will help you to bring in the changes which are required with informed decisions, and practice strategic thinking, in the sense how to implement it, and looking forward for opportunities to practice strategic thinking in your daily life and also in the office situation. And this could involve analyzing strategy, in the sense analyze, thinking and analyzing with the problem from multiple angles, such that considering different opinions, weighing the potential and risk and rewards. And always don't never forget to register the feedback, ask for the feedback from the colleagues, and also your feedback, the mentor feedback, or the people who are there, the trusted advisors whom you will have. So create valuable insights, keep a record so that you can always go back and check exactly. It's kind of like a student report card, so that you can always go back and check where was I and where I've moved further. So continuously, it helps us to improve and be open to new ideas and celebrate it with others, and always be flexible. So this is how you can evolve yourself as a strategic thinker. So when it comes to that, what are the different strategy frameworks that as a leader that we need to know? Who, what, and how? Who is our target customer? What do we offer? How do we operate? Who, what, and how? Very important. So this is what is the first strategy, that framework that we need to. Then playing is winning. In the sense, when you play, you don't wait for the goal to just, when you play, what all things that I need to do to win. So your strategy keeps on develop, and it is evolving at every single stage. So when you play, you evolve and you win. You don't wait for the goal to achieve the goal, and then you say that you have become a winner. So it's an evolution process to say that playing is winning, such that. And strategy diamond is one of the strategy, and also blue ocean strategy, red ocean strategy. That's what is the different strategies that people have given in the experienced people who are there in the history have given, that strategy maps and strategy kernel, all these things, any of the strategy that you can look into and you can evolve. And in this, what we need to keep in mind is this very important: seven deadly strengths of um, what to say, designing the strategy. Death is planning. Overemphasis on analysis and planning the strategy rather than delivering it. This is what is very important. Death by planning. When you keep on analyzing on and planning, instead of implementing, you will reach nowhere. So it should be a gradual process. Playing is winning. That's what I say. When you play, you win. Every single step you evolve and keep on review it, evaluate it. You just work on the bridging the gaps, and also you keep on moving such that we are on the process. And also after implementing, loss of focus, second one. After implementing, attention to the strategy erodes while everyone is returning to the business as usual. and reinterpretation, where people adopt the terminology used in the new strategy, but it is used to describe what they are already they are doing. So also disconnectedness, work with the team. In other words, in simple words, it's called as working with the team. Not that you are a leader, you are a top management, so you will be there, they will be coming and reporting. So we lose the connection. So never encourage this kind of disconnectedness, and also behavior complaints. There's a key thing that whatever is be our stature, we should never have it influence or inflict others who are working with us. We may be a leader, but always we should be more empathetic about others who are working with us. So this behavior complaints is another factor that we should always keep in mind. Misreading resistance, in the sense people who are resisting that we should have a very clear idea of people who are resisting it and who are an obstacle in our way, and also broken agreements. Like when people are not able to keep up the word, as a leader, our responsibility to take care of it, and we need to guide them. It's not that we are there to, like check and punish them or whatever thing. It's not that way. We need to guide them such that we are able to move further. So these are the positive things that we have seen. These are negative things that when you develop a strategy that we need to keep in mind. To sum it up, the strategic leadership toolkit involves consulting tools, complexity tools, purpose tools, strategic tools, process tools, organizations tools, change tools, and finally the leadership tools. With all these tools, that so far what we have seen, the same thing is summed up here, and we will be able to achieve our vision. So first is setting up the vision, how to implement it in terms of strategies, applying strategies. Now, as a leader, what kind of leader you are in this process, what kind of leadership qualities that we need to exhibit. That is, you need to have a different idea of leadership qualities that now that's commonly known in people, saying that it is autocratic leadership, one who has a full control and low morale, stifles creativity, effective in crisis, and adaptation, reserved for emergencies, otherwise involve the team. So second was democratic leadership, which is very healthy. Leader consults with the team and values collaboration, fosters ownership, empowers, encourages innovation. Adaptation is ideal for consensus building and situations. If you really ask me about my solution or my suggestion, I will say that democratic leadership is the best one to take it forward. And the other one is laissez-faire leadership. That's the leader gives the minimal guidance and team decides, may cause confusion, promotes autonomy, and ideal for skilled and self-directed teams. Transformational leadership, this is again a very important one, inspires through the shared vision, fosters growth, builds loyalty, and encourage people for developing. And this is the most, adaptation is the most applicable for every single person in the company. Transitional leadership is setting goals, offers rewards and punishments based on the performances, drives results and risk tackling creativity, adaptation, uses of clarity and accountability, balance with creativity and engagement. Servant leadership prioritizes team needs over than self and fosters growth, build trust and fosters support, fosters positive culture, improves team. So with all these examples, try to see which leadership style really suits you. In this, what is very important is the moral, if that's for the different leadership, exactly, which is the best that we can suggest for people, where people as a leader that everyone should go in for. Moral leadership practices. See humanity in everyone, demonstrate humility, seek the truth, foster freedom, act with the courage, uphold ethical standards. So, as a leader, we should be an example of demonstrating all these qualities, and that will be the key to success. So, what are the with all these qualities imbibed in us? What are the 5 levels of leadership? One is the level one, is the position, that is where we have the rights that focusing on the rights, and people follow the rights what they have. The second one is the relationship, that is permission level, that is people follow you because they want to do it. Level 3 is the production level, that is results is people follow you because what they have, what you have done for the organization, because they see you the result, they see the results, and they see you as with the due respect, and so they follow you. And for level 4 is people development. It's about people follow you because of what you have done for them. And the 5 is the pinnacle, is a respect level, that is people follow you because of who you are and what you represent. So in this position, in this also, we need to categorize ourselves, which is the level of leadership which I do have. So we can go through it once again. That is the 5 level of leadership. Level 1 is the position, right? Because people follow you because they have the right to do it. The second one is about relation, that is permission, that is establishing relationship. People follow you because they want to do it. Third level is the production level. People follow you because what they respect you for what you have done for the organization. Level 4 is people development. People follow you because what you have done for them. And the 5 is people follow you because of what you are and what you represent. So moving ahead. Now, 5 levels of leadership from your point of view, in the sense you embody the leadership. Question 1 is you lead based on the title, rank, and authority. People follow you because they have to do it. You can earn trust. Level 2 is the permission level. In the sense you earn trust and people choose to follow you, where you start to influencing them and they start to blossom. Third is the production level. That is, you focus on the results and achievements, and people follow you because what you have done for the team and the organization. Fourth level is the people development. You invest in growing others. People follow you because what you have done for them personally, and this is where the true impact unfolds. And the fifth level is you embody yourself as a leadership. That's called the pinnacle, that people follow you because of what you are and what you represent. This is what the whole legacy of leadership is built. So having built such a leadership, the legacy of leadership, and there are different 11 laws of being effective leader. It's that lead yourself before you lead others. Be an example. Hire great people, then get out of the way. Be ready to dive in when needed. Communicate clearly, consistently, and often. Gather inputs, make decisions, and take action. Prioritize deep work over shallow meetings. Give frequent feedback and recognition. Deal with toxic behavior swiftly. Focus on high impact work and guide through the team to do the same. Take off the time and encourage your team. Invest in the team's growth. So these are the different laws of leadership. And leadership is not about just making others better as a result of your presence and making sure that impact lasts in your absence too. So successful leadership, with all these laws of leadership, with all the qualities of leadership, with all the traits of leadership, the successful leadership model is that having competencies, environment, and heart as the platform, with self, reflecting on self, mission, and the team as a team of integration, with high personal satisfaction and in achievement, high organizational performance, high team engagement and satisfaction, fulfillment of the purpose, and actualization. So with this leadership success model, we'll be able to become or evolve into a very successful leader. So we should be that leader where people are willing to follow us. So in that case, what we need to do is to culture positivity in the system. That is what is very important. Normally, in companies, there are 6 company cultures that kills. And instead, what should we do is that tolerate toxic behavior, banish toxic behavior, insist on respect, make it as a core of the culture, promote self-serving leaders, champion team-oriented leadership, applaud teamwork, minimize self-interest, neglect work-life balance, and embrace work-life harmony. Instead of just balancing, bring bliss or happiness into it, acknowledge the importance of personal time and support it, punish mistakes harshly, ignore employee feedback, means heed employee feedback, treat their insights as gold and steer by them, encourage constructive responses to mistakes, move from fault finding to fostering growth through the lessons learned, empower autonomy, trust in your team's expertise, guide and don't dictate. So far, you're able to. So, because suffocate autonomy with the micromanagement. When we are getting rid of all these toxic behaviors, we'll be able to implement the leadership or taking forward, we'll be able to take forward our vision to the reality in a better way. That is 7 leadership behaviors that sometimes harm the team culture is that micromanagement, not sharing information, seeing only the HR, they are in the HR, seeing only the position and action, playing favorites, causing division, not being available. So get rid of all these things, all these behaviors, the 7 harmful leadership behaviors that will harm the team culture so that it doesn't affect our vision of taking our vision into a reality. Now, getting rid of negative, how to bring the positive is that build the 8 pillars of positive culture, respect, valuing each other, support, be raised by lifting each other, recognizing, celebrating every single milestone. Unity is stronger together, work in collaboration, empowering, unlocking their potential, communication to bridge the clarity, and work life harmony becomes the well being matters. So, trust on the basis of trust, the foundation of the workplace success will contribute to this. So, in this process, we'll be able to go through the 5 C's framework of leading through the crisis. Communicate transparently, be very calm under pressure, collaborate such that we are able to foster team unity, leverage diverse perspectives and support each other, bring in creativity in solutions, encourage innovation, embrace experimentation, celebrate successes, and celebrate compassion, show empathy, and foster a positive environment. So these are the 5 C's, which are very, very key thing for a leader to stand out in transforming the reality, the vision into a reality. Once again, the 5 C's framework was that communicate transparently, be very calm under pressure, collaborate, creative, be very creative in giving solutions, and be very compassionate when you're going to work with your team. So, in that, what is very important, as we have seen before, the integrity of the leader is very, very important, which we cannot compromise on, because the character is the first key to trust. So, inside out, this is built on the platform of trust. Basically, working together is built on the platform of trust. So, when we do that, so we should be aware of the results and the capacities and the intent and the integrity. What we see outside of the result and the capacities, what goes inside is the integrity and the intent. That is, with the courage, with the humility, with the congruence and the character, it builds the character and it motivates the agenda of clarity and the competence and builds up the outside outputs of results and capacities. So, what do I say? So, for giving a few examples, is that what character has 2 main elements or integrity and the intent. With the congruence, do I do what I say or I will do? Am I consistent? These are the questions that we need to ask ourselves every now and then, such that we are able to really work with our team. Humility and the courage is the key thing, that what is right versus I am right, can I say versus I don't know. Or the courage part of it, do I say it the easy way or I affirm with my values? Will I stand up for fairness? So when you develop this kind of integrity with your team, definitely will be able to achieve better results. And with the intent, what is the intent behind this? The motive behind this? Is this for me or is it for them? Do I assume positive intent or with agenda? Is this a mutual benefit or do I give the credit to others? Do I declare my intent or am I willing to discuss it or I'm going to create confidence in others? Or, like it's building on the trust, on the platform of trust. So the trust exists when it is adapted with the insights. So people are vulnerable. So always these kind of integrity is built on a platform of trust. So what is very important? Communication should be very powerful, will be very transparent, and people go for the businesses, be very professional, no nervous, because and people speak the truth to power without fear. So every time we need to establish ourselves that we are speaking the truth, and recognition is the most abundant resource. Initiatives and always reward all the initiatives as we have seen before, make people accountable for the decisions and such that we will be able to move further. So very key important thing, qualities that as a leader that we need to have is the strength, courage, wisdom, harmony, kindness, gratitude, intelligence, generosity, humility, and integrity. There we are open for business. So when we do that, 9 powerful behaviors of effective leaders are those they're not afraid to challenge the status quo. Effective leaders defy the conventional wisdom and challenge outdated beliefs and practices, and they are not afraid to disagree. They are very assertive of their opinions and make bold decisions that are necessary for the growth and progress, such that they are not compromising in taking forward their vision into the reality. They are willing to make unpopular decisions and they don't be a popularity context. They don't have that majority go phobia. They work with a team and they are able to work with that, and they don't let go urgency eat up them to their priorities. They always have time. They always have time to go, so they do have time, and they don't attend gossips. Then they would be very professional in attending the meetings that will have good results. So they do the right thing instead of trying to be right. They address the root cause instead of solving the superficial problems, and they don't get into the hierarchy getting in the way of building meaningful connections. They don't avoid discussions that require time and attention. Instead, they do as an example. They take themselves as an example, take the lead to move progress as they increase the team's productivity and the performance, not uncovering the root cause of it, the problem of it, and instead addressing the problem of it, and that will provide the tremendous opportunities to improve the shortcomings such that we are in this together and we will be able to move forward. Such that they build a framework of working together that is becoming a team that with the problem solving, with the core values, with the strategies, with the laid out statutory standards, with the laid out expectations, with the laid out blueprinting. Everything has been set with a shared vision, with identifying of mission statement, and they move forward when they are able to communicate it very clearly with the integrity on the platform of trust, and they are able to make themselves as an example such that the team will be able to follow them. So the leader character framework involves these qualities is that they are transcendence, they drive the whole team, they are collaborative, they are human, they are they have the humility, and with humility, trust, temperance, justice, and accountability, and not compromising on the courage as well. With a more insightful and pragmatic approach, and the effective leader is inspiring, managing. They lead, and they build a culture with the key competence of strategic decision making, empathetic communication, innovation thinking, such that these are the qualities that the leaders will have. With the with developing the culture of positivity, what do they achieve is that the let's go back, the growth paradigm to replace the deficit paradigm. Now they are into task of overcoming the obstacles or the shortcomings. So in that case, what is to be done, what is not to be done. So the killers of companies' culture is that ineffective leadership, poor communication, lack of appreciation, employee burnout, micromanagement, and toxic behavior and favoritism. Instead, what we should be having as a company culture is that train and mentors, listen and share frequently, recognize and reward, manage workloads, empower employees, never ignore for the correction, and work on the objectives and the goals. So in this process, as a leader, what is expected out of you is that you value growth over comfort. You take ownership of your mistakes, if at all any. You seek feedback and constructive criticism. You prioritize your mental and physical health. You set clear goals, and we are summing it up what we have seen here so far. You set clear goals and create actionable plans. You constantly seek to learn and improve. You are adaptable and open to change. You surround yourself with like minded individuals. You are disciplined and consistent in your own actions. You're resilient in the face of challenges. You're proactive in solving problems. You lead by example and inspire others to be the best and for yourself and also for themselves. So you become a role model, a friend, a philosopher, and a guide for the people to follow you. So the top three skills that the leader should have is the professional communication, professional presence, and the gravitas. So with all these things that we have seen so far, this is, if you want to go through it, we can go through it. When you say the professional communication, creating an impact with storytelling that you're able to communicate it very effectively, tactful and assertive communication, effective public speaking skills, with effective presentation skills, non-verbal communication, active listening skills, email, telephone etiquettes, or that stakeholder communications, feedback skills, team motivation, etc., etc. When you have your professional presence, how to establish your professional presence is that with long-lasting first impressions, self-image versus public image, power dressing with professional grooming, appropriate body language, professional etiquette, manners, etc. And your personal gravitas is the confidence and charisma that you carry with the self-awareness of regulation management, building authenticity, that is the trust and the integrity with the strong interpersonal skills, with the grace under different situations, having very strong balance of emotional intelligence and empathy with decision making and strategic thinking, building personal power, thereby moving forward such that we will be able to create a culture such that. So the 5 leadership skills for building a learning culture is that coaching, culture shaping, connecting, cross-cutting, and the collaborating. So that is having critical conversation that develops others' potential, shaping organization culture by holding corporate practices, growing empathy with autocratic leadership, and adapting challenges, which requires a mindset from being knows it all to become learns it all, such that developing networks that extend diversity of the people and also fostering psychological safety to increase team's performance. So with all these things, we'll be able to achieve the growth with outstanding leadership. That is 10 growth needs from expect from the workspace leaders is that leadership role modeling, purpose broadcasting, leadership cohesiveness, value role modeling, goal clarity, inclusive decision making, coaching, mentoring, constructive feedback, belief in potential. With all these things, the reader will successfully will be able to transform his vision into his reality with a focused mind. So we need to have a growth paradigm to replace a deficit paradigm. So guide to implementing controls, internal control is that creating awareness, communicating the purpose, focus on the risk management that is involved, not compromising on that, tailor controls to the business needs, current state assessment, identify risk, understanding objectives, cost benefit analysis, control effectiveness, control processes, and also, last but not the least, in that, document controls, maintaining the document, monitoring and the review, and also training and communication. With all these guide of implementing internal controls, a leader will be able to take forward his vision to the reality. Once again, let's see that in creating awareness, communicating the purpose, focus on the risk management, tailor controls to business needs, current state assessment, which is very important, identify the risk which is involved in it, understanding the objectives, cost benefit analysis, control effectiveness, control processes, and document controls, monitoring document control, monitoring and review, and training and communication. This is a very important guide for implementing the internal controls and transforming a vision into a reality. Such that in this process, when you know that exactly in the process of execution, this is what is the thing. What we need to do next is that clear clutter and claim clarity. So while clearing clutter is the 5S method, adopt the 5S method. Step 1, sort. Remove the unnecessary things. Step 2, set in order. That is basically that. Step 3 is the shine, is basically tidy up regularly, maintain it very clearly, standardize, and step 5 is the skillful way of execution. So at work, keep the workplace, keep very neat and tidy, including your digital files, very importantly. Designate specific spots for everything, and systemize and gamify your cleaning time, and build a responsible, repeatable routine, and keep the habit going. So this clutter-free method is for a less stressful free life. Basically, moving ahead to 20 micro actions as a leader that will make our life much better is that define what is success that looks like today. So very importantly, you need to write down exactly the task for the day, your check sheet, the cheat sheet. Each week, eliminate the activity that serves you the progress, and one day's challenge feels is comfortable for being productive. Initiate conversations with the question that sparks the deeper engagement in the team. Turn the setback, always take the feedback and turn the setback into a study session, uncover the actionable insights. Break the cycle routine by proposing an unconventional solution. In conflict, identify the root cause before the speaking. Act on the feedback initially feels uncomfortable. Embrace a tool that's not only saves time but also the challenges, very importantly. And this has to be done consistently. That's what is the thing. Question your daily task relevance to the ultimate ambitions. That is, always it should show the next progress of your vision to a reality. It is always marching towards a vision. As I told you, your smaller steps are always leading you there. So measure the expenses, measure all your earnings, and measure not the monetary value, measuring not the monetary value, but the actual values which are involved in it, imbibed in it. Intentionally practice discomfort to strengthen the mental fortitude. Read something challenging your belief, just not conforms. Break the comfort zone daily. It is reverse for the bigger leaps. Write down where you see yourself in a year and write one thing that you've moved further in a day, and reach out to simple. The very important in simple words is that you need to calendarize every single task you have for yourself in the beginning of the month such that you are able to review it and go back to it and such that you are able to achieve it. So when you do that, what is very important is that be a master of IQ, EQ, and SQ. IQ is the intelligent quotient, EQ is the emotional quotient, SQ is a success quotient. So when we do that, that is how to achieve it. What makes a great leader is that understanding the IQ, EQ, and SQ. Intelligent quotient is that how well you learn, understand your information, And why does it matter? Essential for making the strategic decisions, solving problems, and innovations in business. Example is analyzing the market trend to guide a company's strategic decision. Emotional quotient is that your ability to recognize, understand, and manage emotions, key to managing teams, effective team building with the personal resilience and leading with empathy. And how the example is resolving team conflicts by understanding the different perspectives, motivating employees to perform better. Social intelligence quotient is that how well you navigate the social situations into manageable relationships, and crucial for building strong relationships, networking and collaborating well, building long-lasting partnerships through effective networking, facilitating smooth transitions such that and transformations without jeopardizing the situation such that all the three IQ, EQ, and social for SQ leads to the SQ again, that is success quotient. So this is what will make you the great leader. So the great organizations develop leaders at all levels. That is, they are directive, delegating, coaching, and empowering leaders. That is, when you're directive, you need to have your staff will be only at an apprentice level. When you delegate it, when you delegate the leadership, when you delegate them the work, they will be in a developing level. When you coach them, they will become skilled employees. When you empower them, they become experts. So these are the people, these are the carriers of your vision to your reality. So you should choose exactly which type of leadership level that I'm going to administer, such that what do we expect from them. So this is how we go about. So leading self, leading others, leading managers, leading the function or leading the organization, and what all competencies that we have seen so far. We have seen at length and breadth. So I move about it. And steps for leaders to create the psychological safety is very, very important, which is a key thing for making an organization success. Lead by example, build trust and connection, encourage risk taking and learning, foster open communication and feedback. So, this is a checklist that you can have with you so that you will be able to implement it. Moving ahead. So, with all these things, with all the evaluation, with all the setup, with all the environment, with the positive culture, what is required is how to move forward. Be resilient. Key tips for the leaders to minimize the conflict in a remote working team. That is, keep an open door policy. Don't play favorites. Set clear expectations. Monitor progress of productivity. Role model and appropriate behavior. Increase individual accountability. Set ground rules for meeting. Seek short touch points. Inclusive communication. Reach out to employees regularly, consistently, create accountability, empower them, ask direct questions on one-to-one basis, look for early signs of disengagement, set up an agreed conflict resolution process, use group instant messaging system, create an open forum system, put focus on remote and rotating the role of keep rotating the role of superiors such that everybody knows that we are on this together. So these are the ways that we can make it possible. And moving ahead, what is important, what we do not compromise, we should not compromise, is mastering the time. Mastering the time management is the ultimate key. That is, eat the frog method. You can use eat the frog method. That is, do the most important and difficult task first in the morning, and which works, and then later on you can pick up for the other things. That is Pomodoro. This is again 25 minutes work that they call it, which is a longer break and which works well for people who struggle from distractions. You can adopt any of the strategies: 2 minute rule, 1-3-5 rule, instant matrix, get things done, task batching technique, etc., etc., etc. Which one suits you better? You know it very well as a leader, and you should be able to do it. But do it, very important, because time and tide wait for no man. Time is a healer, and time is very precious. As we have seen how to go about it, these are some of the matrices that we need to look into or consider as well. Now, when it's such a case, how to set priorities? This is very important, such that for individuals, list out and how to go about it. Instant matters that really helps it. Do it now, schedule it, delegate it, or delete it. That's what we have seen. And 333 matrix, 3 hours of deep work on an important project, 3 urgent tasks like crucial meetings, emails to do tasks, 3 maintenance tasks for a smoother life. 333 method, time blocking, that is again, set blocks of time on your calendar, timer with a timer, schedule specific tasks in each block, focus on that task during that assigned particular time, such that we are able to, with the timer, we'll be moving it. Then ABCD method that we have seen before. Then Moscow method, that is must have, should have, could have, won't have. So with all these things, we should be, and that's not the thing that we are not end of it. The other one is Kanban method. That is having the post-its to do, doing, and done. Exactly. You can coordinate. You can have your teams participate. So they also contribute. So everything is so visible, and anyone who wants to move from anywhere to do, they will be keep moving their post-its, and which will be monitored, which will be evaluated, which will be, even the feedbacks come into that board, so that it is easy for them. Then Warren Buffett rule of 25 and 5 rule, that is making the list of 25 top 25 projects, out of which we will be able to implement it, how to go about it, and you monitor it. And the last one is the Pareto principle. That is, when it comes to the Warren Buffett, that is, make a list of top 25 projects and initiatives, rank them by importance with numbering, do the top 5, ignore the rest. Pareto principle is that focus on the top 20 tasks and maximize their impact with the full, and so that you know that you are performing. And theory of constraints, identify the constraint, optimize it, sync, pace it, improve it, and find the next one. All these things are more integrated with the vision that we are carrying forward for the company or the organization, such that we will be able to transform our vision into a reality. And in this, very importantly, we should always know how to say no. Sometimes we will not be able to say no directly to people. In that case, we should always know how to say no. This is a very key thing, that it's an art of living that we need to incorporate or integrate into our work system. So when you go in for tough conversations, what great, when it is so, how to do that? Start from a place of mutual respect. Speak to share, not to change minds. Be present and listen with intention. Set boundaries and respect boundaries. Speak from your personal experience, not on behalf of others. Be open to credible sources when discussing information, and this is not personal. Be patient with yourself and others, and do not overpower them. This is very important. And in this process, be genuinely interested in the person whom you are listening to. Focus on the positives, converse, not debate, respect, do not impose, criticize, or judge. Put the person in the best of that light, be true to yourself, have 50-50 sharing, ask powerful, purposeful questions, and always follow the policy of give and take. So, with the process of Amarita, now we get into the action, the plan. When you do actioning the plan, the 10 principles of strategic hope. In this section that we will be always seeing all those things, it's more kind of a summary. So the 10 principles of the strategic leadership is that effective approaches to leadership, distribute responsibility, be honest and open about information, create multiple paths for raising, testing ideas, make it safe to fail, provide access to other strategies, develop opportunities, hire for transformation, bring the whole self to work, and find time to reflect. So these are the effective approaches that the leadership should follow. And 7 steps to master the art of delegation. Hire the right talent, do the mentoring and training consistently, trust in team capacities, lead by example, provide clear guidelines, foster open communication, and celebrate achievements. when you just strategize your action plans, just do it. The being plan and the doing plan, very important. With that, the leadership essence, with the being plan, the leadership essence intervenes the values, leadership behaviors, cultural practices, molding and higher performance mindsets and habits, and the being plan anchors leadership themes and defining actions and the character serving and the unseen force driven for all the endeavors. When it is a doing plan, in implementation, leadership actions is dedicated to the initiatives, projects, and actions and the timelines, constituting to the fundamental pillars of action planning framework, tangible actions aimed at achieving the goals, and it encompasses the comprehensive overview of the initiatives and the KPIs. So, what the employees know, some of the salient traits of to achieve success of an organization is that what employees tend to value normally is a degree or a certification, industry knowledge, or the hard skill, soft skill, or have you done the exact job before. But what adds more value is that the strong work ethic, positive attitude, shows empathy, takes initiative, highly reliable, problem solving, and who has a good communication and the creative thinking. So that makes all the difference in taking forward the leader's vision to the reality. So, on the basis of platform of trust, where trustworthiness is equal to credibility, reliability, intimacy on self-orientation process. That is, the self-reflection is a key thing that can bring any change in the environment. It's not like as because end of the day, it's the team who's going to take it forward. So the self-orientation will start with the team and such that it will reflect the organization. So 14 things that leaders can always say during their impacts on the team dynamic is that I believe in you and what do you think? So you involve them such that and let's explore this together. I appreciate your hard work. How can I support you today? Thank you for all the contributions and we learn from this. We are in this together. Your success is our success. Let's focus on the solution instead of controversies. I trust your judgment. You have made us all proud, and all these dynamics really motivate them such that we are able to build a team such that, and they also feel that their presence is being seen, heard, acknowledged, appreciated, and celebrated. And that's what is going to create the team dynamic of taking forward the vision into reality. In this process, always be open to change because when it comes to the shortcomings, there's always working on the solutions. So when it's so, whether it is agile change management or bridges frame management or the DIAS model or the seven states of nudge theory model or the Kubler-Ross model, anything that we suggest that we can try out with our team, basically, that will really help us to have an idea and always to have the change and taking forward for the change because the change begins every change begins with the self and then it infects the organization. So, when it's so, very importantly, the dialogues of the interpersonal crucibles for blending the facts, figures, and feelings to enable the learning and understanding is the restoration, remedial, review, repeat it until it is achieved. But don't forget to mend it before it is too late. So, when you have your effective coaching dialogue as a person, as a leader, ensure it is two-way and be generous. Let them say and denominate the discussion. Let them listen to learn and understand. Do not teach. Allow disagreement. Build a safe environment for dialogue. Focus on the learning that is taking place. Moving forward, do not seek to answer. Do not expect them to behave as they would love to. Be authentic and be very humble. So finally, the ultimate business strategy matrix of 2.0 is the core competence model that we need to work on. Or otherwise, whichever matrix that suits you but much better, you can work on that with your team in forward, taking forward your dream vision into a reality, whether it is ANSOF model, whether it is lean startup model, whether it is screen scenario planning process, whether it is stakeholder model, or the case and continuous improvement model that we have seen in a very simple form, such that we will be able to take forward as a leader our vision into reality. So the management strategy practice is that, as we have seen, whether it is SWOT analysis or Western analysis, five forces or the value chain or the balanced scorecard or BCG matrix and soft McKinsey, whichever model that you use it only when it suits your environment, when your team is able to adapt themselves. So you need to evaluate it such that they're able to move further. But what we don't need to compromise is that the productivity map that we need to remember and follow is that the efficiency and the effectiveness. How much work can you complete is getting completed within the given time frame? What is the skill required? What are the skills of repetition? And what is the return on the effort of the work? What is the time spent into the working speed? What is the discipline and the systems and the strategies? And the level of discipline with the number of hard decisions that are being made and the willpower for change, any kind of change that is required. When it comes to the skill, what are the tools to be remembered? The mental sharpness, AI, or the templates. What are the changes in the transformation that is required? What we need to equip ourselves, what we need to evolve as such from the health point of view, or otherwise from the data, tracking the work hours from the people, having a very productive work. So when it such that the result of output with the effort as input is that the feedback. So monitor the feedback from the data with the high level leverage opportunities from people and the mentors, and have the scalable reports. Don't forget to report them. Have a scalable reports over the long term. So some of the major factors of understanding that the thin line between the leadership and the management, or self-assessing and improving, collaborating and collaboratively setting goals, training and developing others, anticipating problem, facilitating innovation, classifying communication, the vision, turning weaknesses into strength, mentoring, motivating people, helping to build careers, not jobs, leading transformation, ensuring psychological safety, working on stakeholders, coaching, facilitating communication of the team, and building the maintenance trust, taking responsibility and accountability, ensure well-being of the members, celebrating successes, protecting the team from the threats, supporting people from different difficult times, identifying growth and opportunities, managing and representing the team, conflict resolution. So when it is so, with the leadership qualities, the management will be able to achieve the performance and the delivery oversight, risk identification, change management, identify constraints, providing appropriate tools, ensuring health safety, controlling costs, chairing meetings, checking and ensuring comprehensive policies, event planning, measuring and reporting, planning and prioritization, etc., etc., etc. All these things will definitely contribute towards transforming the vision into reality. So, last but not the least, every single step is a big leap to fly high. So, the five-step goal management framework is that take a smart plus approach, question set goals, implement continuous progress checks, identify measure success, identify the follow-up process, and it goes as a continuous 360 as such. So how to finish where you started is that be selective in what you embark on. Don't just start on anything. Do only the stuff that you're very passionate about. Estimate the resources that you need so you know exactly what to expect because we have set up our expectation. Budget your time, energy accordingly so that you can finish the project in a timely manner. Quit being the perfectionist because whatever you're obsessing about doesn't make a big deal in the long run. So quit being a perfectionist, commit to do it, hold yourself to the word, that is walk the talk, connect with your end vision, that is in terms when you feel inspired, remember your end vision, follow the path of highest enjoyment, track your progress, and whatever gets measured gets improved. So always track your progress, celebrate what you've done so far. If it is not working out, always there is plan B. So finally, last but not the least, the 33 characteristics of the super inspiring leaders who have always transformed the vision into a reality, or that developing the inner resources with stress tolerance, flexibility, with emotional self awareness, self regard, emotional expression, self actualization, independence, optimism, connecting with others with vitality, humility, commonality, assertiveness, empathy, development, and listening, and with the sponsorship of servanthood, co-creation, focus, empowerment, leading the team with vision, direction, and harmony. And last but not the least, the world view of openness, usefulness, follow through, responsibility, commitment, shared ambition, balance, recognition, adjusting the tone such that the centeredness is engaging all parts of the mind to become fully present in taking the process of vision into reality. So the five books that the so all these references that are being taken from all these references which I'm mentioning here, the five books that the leader should read is that five dysfunctions of the team, the four agreements, Lincoln on leadership, strategic selling, and good to great. So last but not the least, I would like to really, I'm so inspired by this video such that I would like to play it for you before we wind up the session, that a leader has his team, leads his team despite all odds. So let's see what happens here. So that's the power of leadership. As we all know, the leader has always has the capacity to transform a vision into reality. And leadership is definitely not being in charge. It's about taking care of those people who are there in charge. And leader, as we have seen in the beginning, a leader is a person who always knows the way and shows the way. And also, leadership is not about just being the best. It's about making everyone else better, empowering them, making it achieve, making the thing achieve, and also not compromising on leadership is with the art of evolution, such that we are able to influence others who are working with us. It's not about titles, it's not about positions, it's not about flowcharts. It's about one's life influencing others, empowering them, towards a common goal. And the common goal is the vision. With all these traits, with all these attributes, with all these common working in collaboration towards the with all the statutory standards and also the blueprint being laid for, and the review being monitored with the consistent review process, definitely any leader will be able to make towards the vision to a reality. So with that note, we come to the end of the session, and I thank IIU for giving me this opportunity, and definitely hope you enjoyed my session. Thanks for it once again. Until we meet again, Srividhya signing off. Thank you.